Welcome to another episode of Academy Sports Show. If you're watching right now, you're either on Facebook or YouTube. We appreciate you joining us right now. The best thing you can do to help this show grow and to get more people in the comment section is go ahead and share. So while you're logged on right now, go ahead and share whether you're on Facebook, share the feed, tag your favorite sports friends, or if you're on YouTube, go ahead and share and tag to your favorite mode of social media. Get your friends involved. We talking today, buddy. It's going to be a good show. The game of games is this week. The show of shows. It is time. It's time for Super Bowl talk. So we're going to give y'all a minute to come in here, give your picks, give your thoughts, who's the MVP, what's the score, and much more on the Academy Sports Show, man. So once again, make sure you follow us on all the social medias, IG, Facebook, YouTube. YouTube being the most important. Make sure you find our faces, search for our faces, subscribe to our faces, and trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live. I got my notification. Did you get your notification? I got mine.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get this thing cracking. I'm your host, Andre Douglas. You see the tag below. And my homeboy to my right.
Nice job. I always mess that up.
Is Mr. Joe Williams. What's going on, brother?
What's up? Good to be here, man. Good to be back on another show, another episode. It's cold. It's Monday in the D. Y'all already know how we do. 7 o'clock, Monday night. It's the Monday before the Super Bowl. We got a great show ahead tonight. Kobe, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you recognizing. I got on a Mad Go Blue gear today. Dre, he wants to know, is that a Lions hat under that, Scully?
No, I couldn't find my Lions hat, so I'm just rocking a regular hat too.
Got you. Good show ahead, man. Quick show tonight, man. We're going to get right to it. There have been some moves made in the NFL. We already know, and we're going to give you our opinion. We have to. We're a hometown show. And Dre's an avid. Matthew Stafford has been traded to the Los Angeles Rams. Jared Goff is on his way to Detroit, barring any issues with the physical or barring anything being changed between now and March when the trade actually becomes official, along with a couple of first-round draft picks and so forth and so on. So we'll break that trade down for you. In other news around the league, the other big story is, what will the Houston Texans do? They have hired a GM without consulting their star quarterback. They have hired a coach without consulting their star quarterback. Their coach came in and said, we want Deshaun Watson as a Texan. Deshaun Watson has said, I want to be traded. We will give you our thoughts, and we will talk landing spots for Mr. Watson and what we think should happen or what we think might happen. And, of course, you all know this Sunday, Super Bowl double nickel, a.k.a. Super Bowl 55, is happening.
Yes, sir.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. It is the GOAT versus possibly the future GOAT. We're going to break this game down for you tonight, give you all the ins and outs, give you our thoughts, break down each unit. What do we think should happen or needs to happen for each team to win? And what other stories are associated with this? A lot of it talk about how Mahomes needs this game more than Brady does. If Mahomes wants to be in a discussion of GOAT, he has to beat Brady. Better get two real fast. So it's going to be interesting. Plus injuries. Kobe just pointed out, as always, he's a great participant of the show. KC Center and Robinson, the wide receiver, are on COVID protocol. Well, we'll see if that lasts through Sunday. People tend to be ready to play for certain games, i.e., Mahomes and a concussion before the AFC Championship. So we'll talk about that and much, much more. As always, we're taking all love from the chat, man. We appreciate everybody joining us. If you got anything you want to talk about, any questions you want to throw out there, you want to get our thoughts on anything, just put it in the chat, man. Put it in the live feed here on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, you just put it in the live feed, put a question out there, put a comment. We will respond. We will show your comment on the screen. And, of course, remember, if you want to be seen, if you feel like being a little froggy today, come on into the show. Just let us know. We'll shoot you a link. You could join us. So that and much, much more tonight on the Academy Sports Show.
Oh, let's do it. As the great philosopher, dang, I forgot his name.
What up, Dan?
So let's get it. So Joe's right. There was some moving and a shaking here in Detroit and Lionstown. The first QB domino has fell. It's the year of QB switching cities, teams. There's a lot of movement that is expected to happen in this offseason. And why not kick it off in Detroit? Why not kick it off with Matthew Stafford? He gone. 12 years. 12 years of Matthew Stafford, and he is gone. You understand me? And not only is he gone, my man came up in here, black man. You understand me? GM, flexing them muscles. He said, I'm going to get a first-round pick for him. Who didn't believe he was worth a first-round pick in this
Whoa. That's the word 2 first-round picks.
But not only was he worth 1 first-round pick, he was worth 2 first-round picks, ladies and gentlemen. 2 first-round picks and a third and a starting quarterback. Shouts out to that man. Let's go. Rams got robbed. Rams got robbed.
Absolutely.
Rams got robbed. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo! It feels good. Okay. So Matthew Stafford is gone. We get Jared Goff, a quarterback that's been to the Super Bowl, not under his own power, but he went to the Super Bowl. Serviceable quarterback, horrible contract. But after 2 years, we can cut ties. All right. We get a 3rd-round pick this year, a 1st-round pick next year, extra, and a 1st-round pick in 2023. So we doubling up on number ones in the next 2 years. We doubling up on a 3rd-round pick this year, and we can still pick a franchise quarterback in the draft this year. We still have those capabilities. The world is our oyster, ladies and gentlemen. The world is our oyster. We don't need Jared Goff to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. We just need him to be a good quarterback. You understand? It doesn't matter if he didn't fit in the Rams offense anymore. If Sean McVay says he didn't have the tools to do that offense, we just need a guy that can toss the ball around, win a couple games while we build. Let's not be too naive here. We are building. Well, we got hope, baby. When's the last time you had hope in the Lions front office? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Do you know? I got hope. Woo! It feels good.
Let me know. This is a moment for you.
I'm good here.
So, where are we starting on this?
I didn't get a chance to see none of these comments.
I'll go through them. Married to Film. Full. Hey, listen, y'all got to check out Married to Film if you haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Look him up on YouTube. Look him up on IG. My man Ralph, that's our bro right there. Brother, and he's in the building. He agrees. Rams got robbed. Dennis says, yeah, boy, the front office ain't playing around in the D. There's a change of the culture. We biting kneecaps out here. You preaching, Reverend Drake. Keep it going. The Rams got robbed. There's an agreement from those in the chat tonight. Married to Film. The national media loves Stafford way more than we do. Good point. I need to comment on that. Dennis says 1 year we can cut after that, I think, not 2. Married to Film. I don't know how to feel with all this positive energy around the Lions. We just won the off-season Super Bowl. The world is our oyster. Will we screw it up is the question. Where do we start, sir?
I build a house. You go ahead and break it down.
I don't like this trade for the Rams, obviously. The Rams got hosed. I'm disappointed for my man Matt Stafford, but I hope he does well in LA, but I think that's going to be a challenge for him because he's never been a play action quarterback. And the Rams would like to be a 60-40 run team. They run 10 plays or 10 variations of the same plays: jet, give, jet, fake handoff, throw, jet, handoff, hurry to the line. It's a repetitive cycle of things. And while in Detroit, I felt like he would have been a great quarterback in a play action situation if you ever gave the man a running game and offensive line. We're going to find out if he can translate after 14 years of doing the same thing. So the jury's going to be out on that one. I wish he would have gone to a more traditional team. However, I see he has the talent. I don't see them getting back to a Super Bowl with him. Interesting that they made this move, but okay. I said he was not worth 2 first-rounders. Y'all got 2 first-rounders. Congratulations. Now to the Lions, sir. If he was on the down, Jared Goff, that is, and they got rid of him, you just sent him to a team that has 0 talent on offense. That doesn't bode well for this kid. If his confidence is shot, it doesn't bode well for this kid. Will you be able to protect him? I don't know, because the offensive line gets hurt every year. I will say this. Congrats to your Lions front office, because I said this last week. This was a moment for you guys for us to find out if this front office is really serious about building a winner. It looks like they're on the right track. The next thing to do is free agency between now and the draft. Will they sell out in free agency like they had in the past, or will they use draft picks and build? Then you get to the draft. What will the draft look like? Will you be able to tell what they're doing through the draft? So a lot of unanswered questions. You have every right now to be excited as a Lions fan. You have every right to be looking forward to what's coming. Jared Goff, to me, is not enough to think things are turning around. It's enough for you to have some hope, like you said. But I'm scared for him because we still don't know what this front office is going to do, and we still don't know what Mr. Campbell is all about because I'm sorry, the biting the kneecaps press conference was atrocious. So that's my 2 cents. No trolling today. Congratulations. Y'all got 2 first-rounders. You guys pulled a 49ers on the Bears, and you got a better quarterback than Mitchell Trubisky. So Goff, is he a holdover to carry you to the next quarterback? Okay. So do you still pick a quarterback at 7? That's going to be interesting. The first pick that you guys have is going to be the most interesting pick because it's going to tell the story about what this team's trying to do. If you go quarterback at 7, that means you believe he's your future and you know Goff's only going to be here for 1 to 2 seasons. If you go somewhere else at 7, then you know Goff is probably going to get re-signed, maybe on a restructured deal, and then the future will be whatever they build around.
Yeah. So let's talk about the player that we got back, Jared Goff. Like you said. So I see the comments about Goff coming up. He is not. I don't think he's our future. I think he's a stopgap.
Okay.
Right? I think he is overpriced. Rams paid him way too much, and they had to get rid of him. It had to be a part of the deal. Now, before when we was talking about the Stafford deal, I said I wanted a deal that was great for us,
right,
but still respectful to Matt, right? Stafford deserved to pick his shot, and he chose the Rams. That's where he wanted to go. He wanted to play for Sean McVay. He wanted to go on the West Coast with his boy Kershaw. He wanted the sun and glitz and glamour and a shot at a chip. So the Lions staff did what they did. Both parties got what they wanted. So out of that, I respect both parties out of that. You go on Twitter right after, they say, 49ers was giving up a first-round pick. Denver was giving up a first-round pick. Carolina was giving up a first-round pick. Washington was giving up a first-round pick. So that was his trade value. None of those teams had another stopgap quarterback they could have gave us.
Right.
Remember, last episode, if you guys are with us, we were asking, would you just want to draft a rookie, let him play, or get a vet, let see what happens? Because you got guys like Fitzpatrick and Trubisky, all those guys out there. Out of all the options, Goff is probably the best option out of all the serviceable quarterbacks that could have came back to us. Not Teddy Bridgewater, not Jimmy Garoppolo, not Drew Lock. None of those guys are there. So I believe for the deal that we got, Goff would be the best stopgap to move forward. None of us want him to be our franchise quarterback. Let's be – that's funny. Every time they get a chance to say that. Hey, by the way, did you know Stafford and Kershaw were childhood friends? Let's show this 5-minute montage of them being friends. Nobody wants Jared Goff to be our franchise quarterback. We are all in sync on that. My knowledge is 2 years. After 2 years, his contract is dead money. You can get rid of him. But after these you got to serve these 2 years because you just took a cap hit for trade Stafford. So we got 2 years of Goff at least on the roster. Talk future. All right? Draft a quarterback with the number 7 pick. Who do you draft at number 7? Justin Fields will be there.
Okay.
So here we go.
You're ready to go all in on Justin Fields.
Are you ready to go all in on Justin Fields is the question. Some people say tool with players. There's a linebacker from Penn State that should be there that people are saying is a world caliber linebacker. He's all world. He's all defensive changing. God knows we need linebacker. So do you pick the all-world, all-talent, athletic player, or do you pick the future quarterback? We will see as the weeks go forward. But for this trade, in this moment, in this time, I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Congrats on this moment. Good moment. You have, and listen, hope is high, and it should be, because you have someone in your front office that's been known to build teams to get you back to the playoffs. Just saying.
Thank you, Mr. Dorsey.
Mr. Dorsey had something to say about this trade.
Yes. So as a parting gift, goodbye, Matt Stafford. Thank you for nothing.
No, don't goodbye, Matt Stafford. Don't do it. You didn't appreciate him. Let me do the honors.
Matt, thank you for nothing.
Matt, goodbye.
No playoff wins.
14 great years here in Detroit. For giving this city everything that you could have. Bad back, bad everything sometimes.
Injury prone.
And you still came out and played. And they never built around you, Matt. And you still gave them your effort. You're the best quarterback they've seen since Scott Mitchell, Matt. Best quarterback they've seen in that long. And might be the best quarterback for a few more years before they'll see another good one. So, Matt, I appreciate you here in Detroit, man. I'm not even from here.
I bet you do. All those games he gave up against Green Bay. I bet you do appreciate Matt Stafford.
Matt, you have a defense now. You have wide receivers. Not the Kenny Galladays of the world.
First of all, Kenny Galladay is probably better than Woods and Cooper Kupp, to be honest. Let's be honest.
You're talking about being high on somebody that hasn't really shown you a bunch. Kenny Galladay. You guys are high on this guy because he's made some great catches. That's it. He hasn't put together a 1,000-yard season yet.
He got hurt. He got hurt those years. So
he hasn't caught 10, 12, 13, 14 touchdowns yet.
Yeah, okay.
You guys are so excited about Kenny Galladay. He hasn't done anything.
I feel like Kenny Galladay is better than talent-wise and peak-wise. He'll be better than those guys. Because if you take those two guys off the Rams, they're twos somewhere else.
Okay.
Both of them, a couple of twos.
I love with Kenny Galladay's potential.
Does Stafford take Rams to the Super Bowl?
No.
Does Stafford take Rams sniff in the Super Bowl in the next 2 years?
Yes. It's possible. I don't know. I don't want to say definitively yes or no on that one. I think it's very possible. The reason being is because he has an elite defense. So with that elite defense, you could argue with Matt Stafford, this year's Rams team, Jared Goff, injured thumb, barely throw the ball 10 yards. Does Matt Stafford take this team further? Because this team was dangerous with that defense this year. That defense was playing on that. They were playing at a very high level. If he gets that defense tuned up, ready to go into another playoff run, he could take them into the playoffs and make a small run. I don't think he gets into the Super Bowl because I still think they're just teams that are a little tougher and a little better than them. But yes, they can make a run in the playoffs. Super Bowl, I don't think so. But if he does, it'll just be another Detroit Lion to go win the Super Bowl. The irony in that.
Selfishly, I hope he breaks his leg. No, I won't say that. Listen, I like it. It'll be great to see him with a surrounding core of good players. Haven't seen them at all. So, run game, offensive line, defense, coaching. I think it's going to take a minute. I think Goff mastered that system. The hurry up, the quick hike, all that stuff. So will McVay change to Stafford, or will Stafford change to McVay? Those are questions to be seen.
Yep.
Will they go? I know you said 60-40. Now, will it be more 60-40 pass now that you have a quarterback that you think that can make the throws that you need to make? We only saw maybe a portion of your playbook due to you thinking the limitedness of the quarterback that you had. Maybe McVay has a whole nother playbook that now he can open up. He can only run those certain plays with Jared Goff because Goff couldn't do certain things, So we'll see. Do the Rams change their formula now? They're more pass happy. Do they run less? Now their line has to do pass protection. Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, 1,000-yard receiving receivers now because they slanging that thing. So it'll be fun to see. I don't think they'll win a Super Bowl. I do think they'll make the playoffs. And I do think as we stand right now, without San Francisco making any moves, I think they're the best team in the NFC West.
Yeah, Dennis points out him versus Russ would be a good one. You're now going to get him versus Russ twice a year until he retires, right? So Stafford against Russ twice a year. You're going to get Stafford versus Kyler Murray twice a year. You're going to get Stafford versus Garoppolo. Hey. So Stafford has a dangerous arm that they have to take into account, take advantage of. Him, Woods, and Kupp are going to be dangerous. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think he can be anywhere from prolific out there to game manager, because it all becomes and it'll be no disrespect to him, but it'll be if the defense holds people to 14, 15 points a game on average, and all he's got to do is score 21. That'll be interesting too. So, like you said, what's that playbook look like now? Because he's not he's not a constant play action guy. At least he has not been. He gets an offseason in that system. If they have a real offseason with the pandemic and he gets to learn the system, work it, practice, go through those things, maybe we see it. Maybe we see the side of him that could have been had the Lions had a running game here in Detroit, which everybody always begged for. Just take some of the pressure off of him so he doesn't have to throw it 45 to 50 times a game. So, and the Rams, typically if they do that, they are not going to win. They like to run the football. No, we've never seen. That's a good question. Keith said, have we ever seen Stafford with a lead? Not really. Not consistently. Not I mean, this year the Lions had a lead in like their first 7 games and lost all of them. So imagine he jumps out to 21-0 on a team and he's got that defense. They should win that game.
Right.
So it'll be interesting.
That's true. All right. Well, the league is getting juicy. And another even juicier part, If Matt Stafford is worth 2 first rounds in the third,
Ooh,
what
boy.
the heck is Deshaun Watson worth? That brother said, I want out. I took Texans off my Twitter. I'm not a Houston Texan anymore. He formally put in his trade request. It's always been speculated. He was mad. He was angry. He was disgruntled. Now it is formally introduced from Shefty that Deshaun Watson wants out. And if Matt Stafford is worth 2 1s and the 3, you're giving up whatever culture that your city has to get Deshaun Watson in the building. So I don't know. Like if you're Indianapolis, who we all thought Stafford was going to end up in, they don't mind giving up first round picks for great talent. He stays in AFC, goes to Indianapolis. Denver, give up first round picks. Switch them with Garoppolo and the 49ers. All those conversations we had about Stafford, those options are still available for Deshaun Watson. And the kicker here is, because I was talking to my boy earlier today, he's like, man, we can take these picks, package them up, go get the first round pick. We go get Trevor Lawrence, or we go get Deshaun Watson. I was like, the kicker for Deshaun Watson is he gets to choose. Like, he legit gets to choose.
Yep.
Stafford got to choose, but Deshaun Watson gets to choose because he has a no trade clause. So where would he choose to go? If you were a 20-something quarterback and you got your place to choose where you wanted to go, if you were him, where would you go?
If I were him, I would go to the 49ers. I would go out west. So first thing I'm thinking is weather. So I'm going to go get that good old Southern California, or actually that's Northern California weather. But the play calling out there, spectacular. They just don't have the guy to execute. Yeah, the Bears reportedly did have an offer. Remember, I mentioned the Bears, him twice a year. They had
didn't want to go there.
But so if I'm Deshaun Watson, I want to go somewhere where there is talent, right? So there you got the Colts, you got 49ers, the Jets are in play, Carolina's in play. Yes, you did hear the GM say he has zero interest in trading Deshaun Watson. But listen, when you've done what Deshaun Watson is doing in regards to saying, I want out, he's not playing in Houston again. I don't know what if he is in a Houston jersey next year. I don't know what they did. They did something off the books to keep him there because he wants out. So if I'm him, with the teams on the table, I go to San Fran. That defense is stout, great linebackers, great D line. They're coming back healthy. Wide receiver weapons. They run the ball well. It don't matter who's back there running it. They run that thing. It could be Mossford. It could be whoever. They run that thing like we ain't never heard. Okay? And they have a tight end that's a weapon. They got that Debo at wide receiver, a weapon. And John Lynch has shown you they have no issues with going and getting talent.
Nope.
None whatsoever. So I would go to San Fran. You get great front office. You get a team that's, 2 years removed from the Super Bowl?
Yep.
That's the team I would go to. That's the perfect scenario if I'm Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
See, Mary Phil said Watson is getting Herschel Walker. It's getting a Herschel Walker Ricky Williams deal. Keith said, watch the Bears end up with Watson after skipping on Trubisky. Ooh, skipping him for Trubisky, actually. That would be interesting. Full circle. You're going to need to lose a whole starting lineup to get Watson. The Bears did reportedly say that. Yep, we responded to that. Jets is the perfect move if they grab the guy from Bama in the draft. The wide receiver, Devontae Smith. Here's my issue if I'm Deshaun Watson and the Jets. Is that organization really well run? Also, there's nothing in the cupboard in the middle.
It is.
There's nothing. You open the cabinets, it's cobwebs and dust. There is zero talent on that team. If you're Deshaun Watson, listen, the Texans were near the playoffs every year. Right. Even with a bad team, he's put them in position to make a run.
Right.
Go somewhere where you can where you look around and you go, okay, I got a squad. Let's get it. Let's go to work. And it's going to be competitive in the NFC West.
So there was a team brought up earlier today, and I thought about it, and I was like, that actually might be good. Bright lights, top 5 running back.
Oh, not the other one.
Decent weapons. The Giants. Go to the Giants.
You got to trade Daniel Jones.
Trade Daniel Jones. I don't think they invested in him anyway. Daniel Jones, give up your picks, give up your future. Deshaun Watson, Saquon Barkley in the Big Apple.
He needs a receiver.
He needs a receiver. But other than that, they need a lot more. But other than that, do you trust the coaching? There's questions there. But NFC, weak division, going to the playoffs every year, future Hall of Fame running back. There's something there.
That is an interesting thought. Yep, he would need some more help. They need a little more help on defense. But defensively late in the season, they were banging with people. They were definitely bringing it every game. The fans and the organization love Joe Judge. They think he's a great coach. They think he's got his thumb on the pulse. They're in the right place there. It's an interesting comment. If I had to choose between the two New York teams, it would be the Giants over the Jets for sure. Right. But you're right. If he goes to the Giants, pencil them in as the favorite in the NFC East, just off of him being there.
Oh man! So
the Giants will have to give up a lot, and I don't know that they have a lot to give up.
Yeah, you would. I mean, Daniel Jones on a rookie deal. There's no money there. So I mean, you're just taking a guy that you can throw in as a starter for a flyer there, and then it's really just taking as many picks as off. But I'm just thinking, as if you're Deshaun Watson, you're looking at the offers and you're looking at the teams. Like, where do I want to make my stake at? And New York is a big market. It's a big market for him, endorsements, things of that nature. And it's like, man, I get to play with Saquon. That looks good. 49ers, I get it. You get to play with a great defense, great pieces, and Kyle Shanahan is a great offensive mind. So those are like the two top places I would think as well. I don't see Washington giving up a whole bunch. I don't see Carolina giving up a whole bunch if they do, but him and Christian McCaffrey, that might work. That defense has shown to have spurts as well.
Need a defense, need a receiver.
Right. So if you're Deshaun, the world is your oyster right now. And if you're Houston, just do right by the kid because you didn't do right by him the whole time. Let him go, restart, and I'm sorry, Texas, all your stars have left in 2021, and it's only January.
Dennis has a good question. Will it take too long to build around him with the Giants? That's a good question to ask because you need more help in New York. I think if you're the Giants and you can land Deshaun Watson, you got to go free agency big because now guys will want to come play.
Right.
Wherever he goes, you'll get a couple of guys that want to come play. You got to dip in free agency. You're not gonna get better really fast by building through the draft. You're going to have to go get a couple of guys, and then you'll be able to do that. Playing outdoors at home during the winter, X factor for Deshaun. I mean, he's Deshaun. I mean, to me, Deshaun has shown he can win anywhere.
Yeah.
So he's a guy that's dangerous in any conditions. That's the kind of quarterback you want if you're a 49ers team that's got to come east and play, a cold weather NFC game against somebody in NFC East. Being the AFC, typically the AFC, I would say, is a little more hard-nosed, a little more hard-hitting at times in certain divisions. The South is pretty good. So he's been in some really competitive situations in domes and outside of domes. So I think he'll win you a football game no matter what.
Yeah. So it'll be fun to see where he goes.
Yep.
The NFL drama is heating up. Off season is on its way. Before we get to the off season, before we get to trades and free agency, and before we get to the draft, we got one last game.
One game remaining.
We got one last game this Sunday. This is for all the marbles. This is for all. This is it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The GOAT versus the Young Buck. Defense versus offense. I'm just so excited for the Super Bowl. I'm so excited.
I wish this was Rodgers and.
Oh man, come on! That was weeks ago.
All right,
get over
it. Okay. Yep. So Chiefs and Bucks.
Chiefs and Bucks.
Super Bowl 55.
Storylines going into this.
Yep.
Tom Brady, can he get another one? Solidify his place as the GOAT. Win, lose, or draw, still the GOAT?
Win, lose, or draw, Tom Brady's still the GOAT. He's got 6. He's got 6 in the NFL. Very hard to do.
So, my head says KC. That doggone Brady. I'm telling you, dog. Storylines going into it. Tampa Bay seems to be fully healthy going into this game. AB's been cleared. You know he's going to play. Kansas City down 2 tackles. Okay, they're down to both their starting tackles. As Kobe said in the beginning of the show, they got another offensive lineman on COVID protocol plus a receiver. So Kansas City will not be at 100% health, but they got that man at quarterback. They still got Travis Kelce, and they still got Tyreek Hill. So just overall, man, just how excited are you for this game? And what are you looking for? What is the matchups? What are you just looking for in this game? It's just so exciting.
So the first thing you got to look at is that's the injury report, right? So the 2 tackles being out is one. I know the one tackle, the number 1 draft pick, he's done for the season. Is the other one done, or is it possible he plays?
I feel like they said both were done.
So that brings the game closer to me in regards to how I feel like this game was going to go, because the legitimacy of the Tampa Bay defense is that D-line. It is legit. It can stop the run, but it has not been known this season to put pressure on quarterbacks. Now, when you take away the 2 starting tackles, that might change the game a little bit. So I think that brings a little more balance to the scales when it comes to offense versus defense. The other storyline that I'm looking at is the team speed of the Tampa Bay defense. How do they match with Kansas City? Tampa Bay has linebackers that can run. They can run, they can play in space, and when they get to you, you will feel them every single time. They hit very hard. They have a secondary, Winfield Jr., Bunting, out of Chippewa Valley, by the way. Those guys play well in space, like to put their hands on you, and they like to hit. Again, so I'm wondering, can those DBs play with those guys in space? Can the linebackers cover Kelce? Devin White is fast, ladies and gentlemen. He has neutralized a lot of the crossing game when it comes to the Bucs beating teams. Ty Bowles is known for coming up. Now he's starting to be known for coming up with a good game plan. We have not seen a game plan stop the Chiefs. I want to see, is there one that Bowles comes up with? So for me, the biggest matchups of the day are Tampa Bay defense, KC offense. We know what the KC defense is. All right. And Dennis just pointed it out. Clark and Sorensen. I agree with you. Honey Badger, add him in there. To me, the news of Antonio Brown playing, I'm with you, Dre. Scotty Miller.
Got it.
Scotty Miller,
That's
right?
my guy.
To me, Kansas City can cover. To me, Kansas City can pressure you up the middle with the big D tackle, number 98, I believe. Chris something. I want to say Davis. Chris Jones. Okay? If you get Brady off his spot, you create problems for the Bucks. The Bucks are going to have to play the short game. He can't stand. I don't trust the Bucks O-line to allow for him to stand back there and pick this defense apart. They're fast. They hit as well. They pressure. And if you keep giving him the ball, him being Mahomes, then he gets the opportunity. I don't think the Bucks can run the ball well enough to keep him off, keep Mahomes off the field, which to me, that's the formula. So the number one matchup to me still boils down to what can Tampa Bay's team speed on defense do with Kansas City's speed on offense? That's what it boils down to. And can Kansas City protect Mahomes with 2 tackles out?
Yeah. Yeah, the offense of Tampa Bay. That's what I'm looking at. Can Tampa Bay's offense stay on the field? Can they complete those third downs? They did it early on in that Packers game. They completed 3 first downs to get that first touchdown. Mike Evans matchup. That's been his go-to guy. And can Scotty find a way to get over the top? But it's got to be the run game first. It's got to be Ronald Jones. It's got to be Leonard Fournette. You got to get positive yards early. I trust Tom Brady on third down. This Kansas City defense they show up when it's time to show up. They're very opportunistic. They're not a dominant defense, but they are gamers all the way around. And Tom Brady's Super Bowl losses have been against dominant defensive lines. And Chris Jones ain't no slouch. Who? Right. Chris Jones. So you got to contain Chris Jones. You got to chip Frank Clark. And, if you watch Tom Brady film like I do, he used to have nightmares about Ed Reed. So go ahead and write on that wristlet. Where's 32? You got to find Honey Badger. Every time, wherever he's lining up, before you hike the ball, you got to find him. So I trust Tom in those third down situations. I trust Pat Mahomes in those third down situations. It comes up to these defenses, and I think Tampa Bay has the slight edge on the defense because their linebackers, as you stated early, can cover and blitz. And Shaquille Barrett has been killing all playoffs. And you got to go with the guy. Remember Frank Clark? He got his momentum during the playoffs. He got his name called a lot each round in the playoffs, and he made a great play in the Super Bowl. Shaquille Barrett did the same thing. All these playoffs, he's been getting his name called. All playoffs. And he impacted the game today. And Ndamukong Suh, former Lion, somebody's getting a ring here. Former Lion. If he gets a ring, another former Lion gets a ring. And then, if you're Ben Roethlisberger, listen, AB, Le'Veon Bell, one of them getting a ring. They left you. They left you and went and got a championship.
Yep.
But that's the matchup I'm looking up right now. Tampa Bay's offense. Can you just stay on the field, 10, 11, 12 plays, score touchdowns? We know touchdowns, not field goals. Field goals do not beat Kansas City. 4th and 5 and lower, go for it. I don't care where you are on the field. Go for it because this team will score at will. There is nobody in the world that can cover Travis Kelce. But hopefully Devin White can contain him for 4 quarters.
Absolutely. So put it in the live feed. We appreciate y'all joining us tonight. We're talking Super Bowl 55. Chiefs, Bucks this Sunday. Kickoff around 6:40 p.m., I believe. What is it? Put your picks in there. Give us our score. Give us your rundown. How do you think this game goes? Check it out and see and tell us what you think.
It's like if you're Tampa, what film do you watch to give you hope against Mahomes? Like, what do you dig up? What do you dig up as film against Mahomes? What do you go and goes, I'm about to go watch the Raiders game. Maybe they've evolved from that. I'm gonna go watch the last Super Bowl. Like they killed in that. So like, what situation, what film room is like? Hey, we're gonna have to figure out what they do wrong. There's no film that will make me feel confident that goes, that's their tail. That's what you do. You just got to do what you do best in those situations. So if you're Tampa Bay, you rush, you pin your ears back. That hurt them last game.
Yep.
So now you know, like you can't play that way at Todd Bowles the whole game. Your blitzes have to be situational. You have to drop on the opposite side of your blitz because he's throwing against it. You have to switch it up. So you have to learn from your mistakes. He torched you guys last time he blitzed. You got to trust your front four, and play solid defense. I'm
Well,
picking. Well,
you heard Romo say it a lot in the AFC playoffs every time a Chiefs game was on. Simulated pressure, right? So you just said it. You're blitzing from one side, you're dropping out on the other side. You have to appear to be able to show pressure to try to hurry Mahomes. I think Leonardo pointed out in one of his comments just a second ago, the counter for Kansas City is they move him around. If you move Mahomes around, it becomes dangerous because then he doesn't need to be at a spot, right? And that's a lot of D linemen like to know quarterback's going to be in a certain spot where I can get that sack. So the Buffalo Bills had the most team speed in the AFC on defense, but they tried to keep everything in front, nothing over the top. Picks you apart. If you blitz him, he picks you apart.
Tyreek Hill 200 yards in the first half.
Exactly. So there's no defensive scheme that stops you. If I'm the Chiefs, I know the Bucs are going to say, all right, knowing what they did the first time, we're not going to let that happen.
Right.
So then that plays right in the Kansas City's hand because now you know, okay, so what we do know is they're not going to let us go over the top. That means everything middle of the field is probably going to be open. Crossing the field is going to be open. Sidelines are going to be open. It's going to be pick your poison. And then at some point, we're going to go over the top because we're going to have that open. So it's a tough choice. I don't know. I think, to your point, simulated pressure. You got to try to hurry him. You got to get up on him. You got to find a way to get up on him. Maybe get him to throw a pick. You know, if you get him turn it over a little bit, you got to do something that rattles them.
You got to beat up. If you can't beat up Mahomes, beat up the receivers.
You got to do something. Which I don't know. Will the refs let it be called? Because in that Packers game, there was a lot of hand fighting. There was a lot of grabbing. Packers got called. Bucs didn't. Are they going to let the Bucs corners love to pull on jerseys? They love to get in your face. They believe they're better than they probably are. But knowing you got burnt, and Kansas City is known to say, okay, where's the weak corner at? We just going to keep picking on that guy the rest of the night. Yep. That's how they did my man Jackson from the Browns. Yep. Where's he at? That's what we're going at, right? So I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
I have to see.
Let's see what we got. We got some picks coming in. Leonardo says 34-31 last second kick. Then it says they have to rush my homeboy if they want to contain him. Leonardo says Kelsey's routes on change of direction are crazy to keep up with. Dennis, you can't, LOL. He's unpredictable and dangerous. They have to make him run because of the turf toe. Take advantage of that. See, these are all good points, but these are such big ifs. Such big they have tos. 28-17. Chiefs win back-to-back. Ooh, that's a little bit of a gap there. They let him play until Brady's chances to lose were increasing in Green Bay. Dre, I have to give you props for getting first rounder. You got 2 first rounders. Absolutely. So, you want to break this down?
Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Man. Listen. I have yet you can go through 10 years of this show, however long it's going to. I have yet to pick against Tom Brady. You understand me? And today will not be the day.
Dang.
Today will not be the day. I don't care if it's Patrick Mahomes, whoever. I'm going with Thomas Bartholomew Brady all day, every day. You understand? This man went from one franchise to another and took them right to the Super Bowl. Home field advantage for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I will find a way to get the chip. I'm with you, Dennis. Low scoring game? Oh, man, I don't see no low scoring game. I'm going Tampa Bay. $31. 28.
31-28.
MVP? Thomas Bartholomew Brady. I was going to pick a defensive player, but that was just too, I got to go with the GOAT. Go ahead and give it to him.
All right, 31-28. You and Dennis are on the same page. 31-28 Tampa.
But I won 6.
Well, sir.
Come on, ride this train. Come ride it. Come on, ride this train.
A couple years ago when Brady was in the Super Bowl,
ride this train. Come
I
on.
said the same thing.
Come on.
You know, you want to pick that other team, but at the end of the day, it's Brady. And so you have to learn how not to pick against Brady.
Let's go.
I mean, it is what it is, right?
Let's go.
But there's a young man in Kansas City
Let's go.
by the name of Patrick Mahomes. He can't and has not been stopped. And this game, while I think is going to start out looking like it's going to be close, and it looks like Tampa Bay is going to pull something off, I actually think Tampa Bay is going to be up in this game. I actually think they're going to come out and they are going to punch Kansas City in the mouth. I think there is going to be an adjustment period of not having your tackles. I think there is going to be these situations. But at the end of the day, man, I'm sorry. Kansas City is like the Warriors in the NBA, bro. Kansas City's going to win this game. I'm picking against Thomas Bartholomew Brady. I am picking against him. Kansas City is going to end up coming back after early stifling of their offense, and they are going to get up on Tampa Bay, and it's going to be the death of of Tampa Bay like it has been every other team. You just won't be able to catch up. They're going to put some space in there, and you just won't be able to catch up. Tampa Bay is not going to be able to run the ball enough to control the ball. Kansas City's going to win this game. Kansas City's going to win this game 38-27. 38-27. Mahomes will have two rings already, and he will be on his way to becoming possibly the GOAT. Possibly the GOAT. Kansas City, 38-27. Close at first, but Kansas City opens it up. Tampa Bay won't be able to catch him. 38-27.
Tom Brady will not be a footnote in this man's legacy. You understand me? He will not be. I can't see it. I can't do it. This real disrespectful. You gonna pick the pup over the vet?
Yeah, man. The pup has already beaten the vet.
Not when it all. Not when it's the mark. Give Tom Brady the ball with 2 minutes to go, and all you need to do is get to the 30 for a field goal, and it's a wrap. That's all we need. I can see it. I can feel it. My foresight is here.
It won't even come down to a kick. It'll be victory formation, the Chiefs at the end of the game.
Dang. MVP?
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes. All right.
Yep. There it is, folks.
If you haven't did it already, put your scores in the chat. Let us know who's the MVP. And I'm excited. I'm excited for Sunday. We will be here Monday at 7 sharp to recap the Super Bowl. And then after that, it's NBA season.
Yay. Get your top 10s ready. We go heavy top 10 lists. Get your top 10 lists ready. Anybody got any special top 10 lists you want us to cover? Shoot us an email or something. Let us know. DM us. It's top 10 season because all we have left is the NBA, and oh boy.
You are really not feeling this season. Nah. You don't like 147 to 142.
I don't. Not even if it's the Cavs beating the dang on Brooklyn. What do they call the Nets? What are they now? Are they the Nets now? Are they still?
Yes. Okay. You need a couple weeks to get into it. Okay, I see. We'll give you a moment. We got Mahomes is the new GOAT already. He ain't even won.
Future GOAT, he said. Future.
No, he says Mahomes is the new GOAT.
Oh no, I'm not ready. He won't be the new GOAT. He'll be on his way to being goated.
Being goated.
Yep.
All right. Well, once again, we appreciate you guys as always. Keep putting those scores in. And please help us come up with NBA topics. Because if it's up to me, we'll pop in every day and just trash the Nets every day. I get great joy of talking bad about Kyrie, Harden, and KD. It brings me great joy. Yes, thank you. Future. Yes, I'll accept future, but current. Respect the current. All right, so we respect our sponsors here. The GOAT himself, Mike Bonds Plumbing, both licensed and insured. Bonds Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's just getting up the cold, waterproofing, or daily home services, we suggest you call the man.
313-304-7786.
BondsPlumbing.com. Gives you a map of all the areas that they service as well as the services that they provide. But we suggest you call the man.
313-304-7786.
That man right there is the real MVP. He is goated.
Goated.
All right. I hope we have a great game on Sunday. I don't want to see a blowout. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I want to see the refs take over the game. I want to see a great game, play down to the wire. And, this game determines the current GOAT, some people may say. To me,
I don't think it does all that. It just determines the future GOAT versus the current GOAT. The current GOAT will still be the GOAT, win or lose. The future GOAT will probably still be on his way to being future GOATism. But the argument, of course, if he wins another 5, right, will be, but he lost to Brady, though, right? That'll be. So that's why everybody's saying he needs this one. So we'll see.
He does. Try to stay perfect as long as you can, because that'll be the biggest thing you have over Brady.
There you go.
Brady jumped Montana, even though Montana's perfect, but Brady has more and he's done more. So that's what he gets the GOAT status in my book. But if Mahomes can stay perfect and equal Tom's rings, you can go ahead and give it to him.
Well, we shall see.
I'm gonna be the old man in this Jordan conversation.
Got you.
You understand? But he ain't beat Brady though. We had a chance to beat Brady, he couldn't do it.
See, I know. I know. That's why we go. That's why this game is important. We will see.
All right. So we appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure you please share the stream Share the feed and tag your favorite sports friends in it because we want to see the show grow. More comments like you guys. You all make the show what it is today, so we greatly appreciate it. We would just be two guys talking on screen at each other if it wasn't for you all. So thank you very much. Make sure you follow us on all our most social media, being IG, Facebook, and most importantly, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and notification bell. Go ahead and hit that. That way you get a notification every time we go live. And we will see you guys next week after Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl. I've been your host, Andre Douglas. This is your host, Joel Williams.
Man, enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll see you next week regardless. Talk to y'all later.
Yeah.